Hello, everyone. Can you hear me okay? Yes. Hope your day is going wonderful. I'm excited to be here today at BE Summit. I'm going to talk about the creator economy and how it's going to get realized in the coming years. So before we start, my name is Alizee Carli. I am the Executive Director of Strategy and Ecosystem Growth at Casper. Casper is a layer 1 blockchain that is future-proof, super developer-friendly. You can deploy upgradable smart contract on-chain as your business case evolves. My team is in the audience. We are at the booth number 6 if you want to pay us a visit. All right, let's get started. We start with a definition. What is the creator economy? So the creator economy is a new class of businesses built by independent workers. Think about content creators, community builders, curators, etc. And it's growing rapidly. In 2022 alone, NFT markets represented 25 billion in trading volumes, according to the operator. So it's really huge. And the interest of blockchain as a technology, as an operating system for the creator economy is that it allows disintermediation. So it reduces the number of intermediaries between your artists, your creators, and its end user and consumers. So this allows two things. One is monetization of your work. You create a token, typically an NFT, through smart contracts. You can trade it on decentralized marketplaces. So that's massive. You can monetize your work and your creations. Second benefit, like never before, you can engage directly with your community. So you have Web3, social media, but foremost, utility NFTs. So when you bring utility to your NFTs, there is a unique way to engage with your audience in a granular way. And this was never possible before. So I give you an example. If you're a music artist, you can, through your NFTs, invite a specific group of fans to your backstage. You can grant them access to unique merch that is available nowhere before. And this, you don't need anybody to give you permission to execute. So that's very massive for us. So at Casper, we see this use case emerging, and we think that, in particular, music rights management is extremely interesting as a use case. So that's what I'm going to talk about today. So before we understand, how much it's going to revolutionize the economy, we need to understand what is the traditional value chain. So in the music rights management, it's actually a very complicated value chain, which you can see here. You have artists and songwriters, producers that produce music, create new music. After that, they go to a record label where they record the music, they create mixtapes, they create albums. Then they work with publishers and distributors to physically manufacture CDs, vinyls, etc., and actually agree on copyrights. So who gets the share of the music monetary value? Then the streaming platforms come into play. So you probably know about Deezer, Spotify, etc. And they distribute the music to you and I. After all this happens, you have specific third parties that are called PROs that do royalty calculations. So how much is due to whom? And then they also organize the distribution, collection of rights and distribution. Overall, this is extremely cumbersome. It takes a lot of time. And at the end, only less than 20% goes back to the original artists and songwriters. I find it really disturbing. Now, how will Web3 disrupt this value chain? So with Web3, it's going to be super easy. And it's already happening with many platforms that are live today. So you create your music in the same way, but then you only interact with a blockchain-based platform. And these platforms enable you to actually manage your copyrights directly into the smart contract. So your smart contract is going to determine who gets which share of your monetary value. It does automatically the royalty collection and distribution. And it allows micropayments, which means that for independent artists specifically, they get paid every time people listen to music. That is, if you get low gas fees, you can do micropayments that is in near real term versus the traditional way of doing it. So overall, licensing then is only 20% of the chunk, and artists get up to 70% of the revenue. So that's a big difference. To summarize, we think that the music industry is going to get disrupted, especially independent artists that have not signed with big record labels, that are in countries and regions that don't have access to these big labels, because it enables copyright transparency, royalty allocation and distribution, direct fan-based engagement, and reduces the fragmentation. Our opinion, though, is that this can only happen and really emerge as a new economy if we have innovative token standards. And this is why I'm going to introduce you to our own, which is CP78, which is an enhanced NFT standard. And why so? It's because it has built-in control over your token behavior. So we have predefined NFT settings that allow you to really flexibly define how you want your NFT and your economy to be created. And that's truly new. So I'll just give you 3 examples. The first one is the ownership mode. So your ownership mode with Casper CP78, you have 3 modes. One is minter, one is assigned, and the last one is transferable. Minter and assigned is essentially a soul-bound token. The minter mode means that if you're minting the NFT is yours, you can never transfer it. Assigned means that the minter can say, hey, you are going to be the one owning this NFT. And once we assign this in the NFT standard, then it cannot be changed. So these 2 modes are soul-bound tokens. The last one is transferable. So I'm allowing people to transfer the NFTs. That could be, for when you're engaging your fan base, you want them to be able to trade their NFT that gives access to special merch, but you don't want them to trade their proof of attendance to an event. So then you change the mode. So the second interesting thing is you can define whether your NFT will be burnable or not. And then the last one, which is Casper's signature, is that the metadata is mutable or not. Mutable means that as your business evolves, as your use case matures, you can decide to evolve your metadata. You can evolve it in real time, so you don't have to recreate everything from scratch. And that flexibility is really important. So the good thing is that we're not finished. We're always adding new functionality. We are right now adding the royalty functionality to this. And more with time, we're providing more features. Now, why am I here today talking about this? It's because we want you to be a part of it. We want the great developers in Turkey and in this region to join us and create the story with us around the creator economy. That's why we have launched our new developer portal. It's a very intuitive portal where you can understand everything about Casper, how it works, how you can deploy smart contracts in less than 30 minutes, and how you can get involved in our ecosystem. This has been just launched a few weeks ago, so I invite you to check it out. And if it wasn't enough, we also have a great Accelerate grant program. We've allocated 25 million USD for developers, project founders, and owners to build on Casper and bring this creator economy to life on Casper. You can also find this information on casper.network/accelerate. Thank you.